Hello all, CryptoEd here, new market update on Wednesday the 26th of June in a bull market and Bitcoin going almost parabolic. It just keeps going and going and going and alts bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. You can see three screens, three charts I'm showing you. To start off with, I want to show you some different scenarios I'm looking at and which one I think is most likely. As you know, technical analysis is not about predicting where the price is going, but you are looking at different scenarios and how to handle on that outcome of it. So also this one, this is not to cover my ass and to show you all possible scenarios to say later on I predicted it. No, this is not a prediction. I just want to share my thoughts about what I'm looking at and what might be possible. If we look at these three, you see all have Elliott wave counts, and I think it's very good way to see where we are in the cycles and what are the possibilities. On the left you see a scenario what most people are looking for. We did 1 up, 2, 3, 4, 5 and about to end that cycle. I posted it, I placed my top a bit higher as I do think we have some more fuel to go. Right now Bitcoin is consolidating after that strong move last night or overnight, and that looks like a bullish correction to me, so we might see a little bit more. And why, I will show you after this in some short-term charts, why I think we might head a little bit higher. But most important here is that we are about to finish here a cycle. Maybe it is already the cycle in, I don't think so, but look, here is 5, meaning first leg to the upside could be finished here. Then a correction. I'm leaning towards a bounce above 10,000. Not sure yet, but might be very well possible, and we'll look at it later. But even if we go all the way back down to 8,000, 7,000, next leg is still to the upside and heading towards 15, 18,000, maybe even 20,000, but still looking very good for a continuation to the upside after a dip. And yeah, that dip, everybody's looking for the dip or waiting for a dip to rebuy lower. Maybe we won't get it, and that's what you see in the other charts. Here we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the flash crash, and making a new high above 3 could mean that 5 legs is ended here, and then you have the first leg in place. We did have a ABC correction, so we have a valid connector for the next move to the upside, and that would mean this is also going, and you see here is the same target, 13,400, 500 could be the first level where I do see a rejection. But still, after that there is still 4, 5 and much more upside possible. So this one is a valid one, could be like this or this one, which I showed many times in the past, because we did have that flash crash here, and at that time I said that might be the correction everybody is looking for, and we're starting a new cycle. And you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 starting a new cycle. And we do have, so the first leg in place, the flash crash was 2, and we are now heading into we are now in the third leg. We did 1, 2, 3, and we need one more up to complete that cycle. But we are already in the target area, which is here, and I but on the lower time frame, and I will show you in the next screenshots, we are missing here one more leg to the upside. So this is most important for me, this flash crash where we might have started that new cycle, and when that happened I was already looking at it and thought, well, if that's a new cycle, we're going way higher as most people are expecting. And that's also what I showed you in previous video updates. Here's that flash crash, everybody started being bearish, and here again, over here, that is, I think it was early June. Then, yeah, here, market update 7 June. I was very bullish and looking for Bitcoin going towards 10K. We reached that, and even the next video update, look here, I was also looking here for that move towards 13,000. We are in this box already, but on the lower time frame you can see that we might still miss one more leg to the upside. And let's go to the single charts. And what is important here is, look at this, guys. We did break. We do have a long downtrend, so this is already the first leg to the upside, correction, next leg to the upside, which might bring us towards 30,000. But we did have this correction, and then you can apply Fibonacci levels to look for resistance. Well, we do know that Bitcoin didn't care a lot about support and resistance in this strong up move. See here a very little bit of a resistance at the 382 level. We broke overnight the 0.50 Fib level, and look here, the 618 is exactly on my red box. So that's another sign that might be an important area to look for a bigger correction, and then maybe going low. For now I would be looking for a correction towards 10,000. If that holds, we are already up for the next series of up cycles to but it has to be seen what is happening over there. Look, if we check the lower time frame, you can see here that I do have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, needing one more leg to the upside, looks to me. I don't have 5 legs in blue yet in this cycle. The other are more or less the same, because they are all, I'm looking for this move if this has 5. And here, yeah, more or less the same. Here also, I do have here 1, 2. This is the difference. I do have here 1, 2, 3, maybe a bit high, 4, 5, going higher. And how to detect that? What's gonna happen if we do finish this cycle? Do we get a smaller correction or something like this? If we start slowly, we can look for a earlier bounce and already starting the next cycle to the upside. And there is one thing what is bothering me right now, what might be the reason that we do go lower. If I look at this, and if we do get a rejection here and start moving like this, then we will be making a bigger correction. But it's all depending, how is this first leg going? Is that a strong one, or is it something like this? But what is happening is, look at this, the CME futures, and look at all those gaps, mostly over the weekend. when Bitcoin was pumping, CME futures had to open with a gap, but all these gaps have been filled. Everyone until here. 8,470 is not filled yet. So that's the only reason I think we might go below 10k, but on the other hand, it's not a guarantee. But if you look at the history in past 6 months, every gap has been filled, and that makes it likely that this might play out the same. But it's the only reason why I think we might go below 10k. All the other reasons, it's looking so bullish. All my cycles are hinting for much more upside, and of course everybody wants a correction. Everybody is looking for a pullback. It just doesn't happen, and we have been looking, or everyone has been looking at the bull run in 2017 and pointing out that there were also pullbacks of 30-40%. Until now we haven't seen a decent correction. Could mean that we still have to get one, or we just don't get it and we just keep on going. Therefore, it is for me very important to look how the reaction from the box around 30,500 is. Do we have a smaller correction? It's up again, or do we have a strong rejection? And then we can look for lower rebuys, and very likely the best chance to get in if you're not in yet, and to fill up again for the next big move to the upside. Something I wanted to show you also, why you shouldn't care too much about indicators. I am usually working with or looking at MACD and RSI, and I saw many people pointing out that there is bearish divergence, like here, and calling that as a reason for a short, or for expecting a pullback. But every time Bitcoin is just breaking those trend lines and making new highs also in RSI and MACD, and this still looks very healthy. And I always say indicators, there is a reason they are called indicators. They are just telling you what happened in the past. It's not predicting what is happening in the coming days or weeks. It is just giving you an indication what might happen, but there is no guarantee, and you can see it here. So just breaking and just keep on going. Another thing to point out is horizontal levels. Look how Bitcoin did not look at any horizontal, or almost not any horizontal level, and just keeps going. Look here, around 4,200 we had a big breakthrough. Around 6,000, where everybody was expecting a rejection, and after we did have this big move, so many people were looking to short here and to rebuy lower. It didn't happen. We just blasted through, and there was hardly any pullback here to get in. The only area where you might have got in is after breaking this level, getting rejected at this level, going back here to 7,400, that maybe you got in there. But here was the next resistance, not looking at it anymore because it was already rejected here. But then the next one blasting through this, these days just going past this level where many people were looking to short, and well, this next level is 17,000. I doubt we get that high in this run, but this is a perfect example why I use Elliott Wave, because it is telling me more during a trend. You saw the beginning I showed you 3 different scenarios. Yes, that is the problem with Elliott Wave. You can find many different scenarios, but it is telling me much more during a trend when we go up what to expect. It is telling me much more about the structure in the price action. And if you are just looking at horizontal levels, you can get left behind. You got left behind here, 4,200. You should be very lucky to get in at 6,000 because it was just going at just 1 day of 2 days of consolidation. Here you might get in, but here no chance, and just going. So that's for me the reason to look at Elliott Wave. It's not the holy grail, absolutely not. It has its flaws, absolutely, but that is with every trading technique. So what to expect in the other pairs? Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ether, Ripple. Let's take a look. Litecoin is lagging. It was the strongest runner in the past, in this whole bull run, but right now it is lagging a bit, and you can see I did have this scenario for more upside towards $200. Still possible, but look here at the past days. I did have this one first here. Now I'm looking for more downside. What might happen in the Litecoin is a move when Bitcoin does make that extra leg, that you would see Litecoin making this move and then complete this move or even lower. It might be, it is possible in Elliott Wave, and then starting the next run up together with Bitcoin, Ether and the other majors in the dollar pairs. It's still looking very bullish. But Litecoin is right now a little bit lagging. I do have an alert set for this level. If we break through, it changes the setup. But for now, I'm leaning towards more downside first, and that could be what I said. When Bitcoin makes the final leg, Bitcoin starts a correction, Litecoin follows, and after that, up again. Ether. On a bigger time frame, we are in the area where I expected a pullback, or I could say where I did have my target. Look, this is the video update from last week. At that moment, ranging at $290, $285, and looking for a target towards 325, 340, and that's exactly where we are now. We did have a nice pullback right after the top, but over here I'm also missing one more leg to the upside, and you can see it in the blue cycle. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 and one more up. It can also end over here just above 3. As soon as 5 gets above 3, the cycle is completed or mature, and it can start a pullback. But over here, this is in line with my idea for Bitcoin. One more move to the upside is likely for me. Let me check on the lower time frame. I would say we could see something like this. It looks to be breaking here, but I'd say we do see one more leg to the downside before that final leg. Let me check Bitcoin for this. Bitcoin is a bit cleaner for me. Look here, I do have here A, B, C, and here A, B, C. So expecting one more leg to the downside, short term, and then making that final leg, as it looks now, to the upside towards 14,000 or 14,000 maybe. Looks to me it's most likely at the moment. Ripple is a bit different. I'm pretty sure I already said it in the previous video. I'm not interested in Ripple as long as it doesn't make a good move above that red line and showing a retest. And then it might go. well, Bitcoin in the dollar pair, Ripple in the dollar pair is not following Bitcoin at the moment. So I'm very cautious, and I'm just waiting. As long as we don't have a clean break of that resistance and turning it into support, you have this risk. What other possibility is that we do see now in the coming hours that breakout making this move, and then I'm interested, because then I expect Bitcoin to correct. If Bitcoin does make a smaller correction, you can expect Ripple to hold this level and then move up together with the orders. If Bitcoin starts a big correction, you might expect something like this again. Going to the Bitcoin pairs, where the pain is really... we have to retarget our bounce areas, as this is absolutely drama in the altcoins. They just keep going down, down, down. Like Bitcoin dollar is not taking care of not looking at any horizontal levels. The altcoins are also just bleeding and going down very quick and very deep. And I am now looking at this 5 legs to the upside and a very big ABC with a very big target area, but that would align with the 786. There is absolutely no guarantee that it will hold this level, but it looks like a interesting area for a bounce. But I won't buy, or we won't buy any altcoin as long as we don't see higher lows. This is where we want to get in. I'm not trying to catch falling knives, and I've seen many people over here, so for instance, trying to get in. No, as long as Bitcoin is this strong, you have to stay out of altcoins, and most safe is to wait for that higher low. Ether the same. I do still have this as a possibility. It is still possible, but you see it's going really low. And let me see, yeah, here you can check. It did have this spike last year. No, it was in May. That was when everybody thought alt season is starting. But look at that pullback. It's crazy how deep that is going. We lost here the support, and this is a good example, by the way. I did have a trade and closed it over here for a small loss, but this is what I did in the meantime. This big altcoin, it went down another 11-12%. So that's why we use stop losses, and you can see it much better in the smaller altcoins. About 2 weeks ago we had quite some altcoins trade setups which were closed at break even or for a few percent loss because our stop losses got hit. But meanwhile, in those past 2 weeks, all these altcoins are going down 20, 30, 40%. And it may take weeks before you are in profit again with those coins, and we can buy them lower as soon as we see a higher low. It is right now going up a little bit, but this is my first area of interest. It broke the 786 FIB level. Maybe we get a full retrace. If we do get a bounce here, I won't buy here. I wait for the bounce and the higher low, and we'll be trying to get in over here. There's no need to rush into these kind of trades. If we really do start an alt season around here, there is a massive potential to the upside, and you might miss out here on 5 or maybe 10%, but there is still hundreds of percents to be made to the upside, and missing out here on 5 or maybe 10% is not that bad because you avoid getting stuck in these kind of trades. Ripple is also in the Bitcoin pair is drama. Look here, it lost that support. It lost support, and we just let it go. And no matter where it goes, I want to see it above here again, or when it starts bouncing here and shows here clear high lows, then I might look earlier, but for now I'm not interested in these kind of charts. EOS the same, very big retrace, here also a big correction, ABC, bringing it all the way down here. Maybe this might give some support, but still not interested to trade over here. Oh, that's the wrong one. First I want to see high lows before getting in, and that more or less goes the same with all the altcoins. Many people are asking on Twitter and also in our group when altcoins. It's what I said already at I think it was February, March. Don't look for altcoins as long as Bitcoin is bullish, and you might catch a nice trade to the upside in an altcoin, but be very careful, because as long as Bitcoin is this bullish, altcoins will bleed and keep on bleeding. So be careful, guys, stay safe, and wish you good luck. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, please contact me on Twitter, and wishing you all the best. Thank you. Bye bye.